Hey, what's going on everyone? Frank Valkyria, welcome to the channel. If you're new to this channel, it's your fault, it's not my fault. Anyway, today we're gonna react to more Karens, but I also want to discuss a little bit few things. There's a new video out here, which was news. Let's switch this thing and let's review it for a moment, and then I'll tell you what I think about this thing. I even saw like an hashtag, don't call me Karen or something like that.
Please don't come close to me.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop recording me.
Please don't come close to me.
Please take your phone off.
Please don't come close to
And
me.
I'm taking a picture and calling the cops.
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Please tell them
Wow.
what I'm like.
Oh, wow. Wow, I'm gonna tell them there is an African American man threatening me. Wow, woman. And poor dog, of course. You know, I can understand, like, in the realm of possibilities that you are on edge, you're on your own. If somebody tells you anything in the park, I can understand you might get scared. But in this case, it seems like I read there in a comment, like, I don't know, right there. The guy is a bird watcher, so basically he's in the park watching birds. That's what bird watchers do, probably making pictures, taking pictures, I suppose. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. Probably by now you know more than I do. So the guy basically asks the lady, please keep your dog on the leash, because that's where you are supposed to keep a dog on the leash in this area. And she comes to him a little distressed, and then threatens him to call the police. And he's totally for it. I can understand.
Excuse me?
Poor dog. She's just dragging that poor dog like it's like choking that poor thing. Look at that. She's totally taken by it. Wow.
I'm sorry, I'm in the ramble, and there is a man, African-American, he has a bicycle helmet.
Lady,
He is
the
recording
dog.
me,
What's
threatening
going on
my
with
dog.
you? I understand you're in distress, but you're killing the very dog you're trying to walk around.
He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog. And my...
Wow, she's literally almost choked that poor animal. Poor thing. I mean, I start to think that probably this woman, I don't know, maybe he's on medication or something. I have no idea. This seems like a little bit like an overwhelmed person. But then again, in such circumstance, if somebody just asks you to put your dog on the leash where you're supposed to, I mean, maybe this is an overreacting. Is this overreacting a little bit?
I'm being threatened by a man in the ramble. Please send the cops immediately.
What?
I'm in Central Park in the ramble. I don't know.
Thank you.
Wow, this is great. The woman, a Franklin Templeton worker, is placed on leave after this altercation in Central Park. Wow. I mean, this is crazy. All right. Let's see if he's gonna give us the investment company that employs the woman who called the cops on Monday has placed her on administrative leave. All right. Here's the official statement from Franklin Templeton on the issue. We take time out, they're very serious, and we do not condone racism of any kind. While we are in the process of investigation the situation, the employee involved has been put on administrative leave. I mean, obviously, there is an overreaction here, especially if you are in the wrong. As of this evening, the owner has voluntarily surrendered the dog in question to Abandoned Angels Cocker Spaniel Rescue while this matter is being addressed. Yeah, I mean, truly seemed like also that she wasn't able to really handle her own pet. Like, almost was choking the dog, totally forgetting, you know, like that. So it really comes as a surprise. I wonder if she was going, you know, personally, I'm always, I always have, like, I always give a little space for the benefit of the doubt. You don't know what's going on here. But that performance, you know, that performance immediately as soon as she's been inconvenienced, immediately she pulls the race card, and then claiming, telling the guy that she's gonna call the police using the race card. An African American is arresting me, attacking me. That was pretty bad in my opinion. And even if she apologizes, you gotta. I mean, sometimes I feel like deflated that there are still stuff like this happening in general. But anyway, Karen, and let's go watch a little bit more Karen here. We have the 5 most entitled Karen of all time, and then we react a little bit on what's going on here. Why this thing happens? Why there are people which they feel so entitled, or they feel they are so much in the right, that they not only record themselves in the process, but then even almost blindly publish their stuff, and then fires back at them because you realize that you're being basically a hair-hole most of the time. So I think it's also symptomatic of the era we live in. There is this sense of detachment because of individualism. People are served this sort of idea of services throughout what we buy through customer services, and because everything it's tailored around the transaction of buying stuff. So therefore, those, especially in the US, I suppose, those people are used to be treated in a certain way because there's a specific dynamic in the way commerce treats customers. And therefore, those people sometimes take the upper hand in believing that that's the way they're supposed to be treated, and therefore they will not accept anything less, or they will try to give a tantrum anywhere, anytime they feel that their right of being treated in a certain way, it's not being fulfilled. And I find this absolutely stupid, because it is true that, of course, you need to treat your customer in a certain way. That's true. But as long as your customers behave accordingly towards you. So there is no justification for arresting anybody working, and there's no justification for being an a-hole to somebody that perhaps is just trying to carry on doing their thing at their workplace, and you're giving them a hard time. So I wonder if it has to do also with this sense of a lot of people, that's probably the only interaction they get to have where they can establish a sense of worth, by trying to basically giving a hard time to those people working, because that's the only place where they can get a little bit of servitude. Because the way we deal with commerce is a little bit like this, especially in the US. People are very servile. They're very like trying to always pet you, always trying to please you. Here, for instance, in the Netherlands, it's a little bit different. You go in a shop, most of the time the clerk or the person in the shop doesn't even bother telling you good morning or something, which actually I happen to like it more, because a lot of time as soon as you enter a shop, you just want to look around, and you get immediately somebody on you trying to, if I can do anything, they overdo it a little bit, and I think people get used to that there. Here it's not the case. They do a little bit, most of the time they don't. They're nice, but they don't overdo it. Actually, most of the time here, the service is not considered at par, especially from American customers. I hear a lot of complaints. But personally, I like it. It's more pragmatic. It's easier. And, they just, you want something, well, you don't want it. Okay, fine. Look around, go away, whatever. So I think this is what happens when you try to pamper too much customers, and when the reality of commerce takes over. And those people, they probably only in those places they can have that experience, especially if their life it's emptier. Only in those instances they probably can get or exercise power over somebody else, which is unfortunate, truly unfortunate. Let's check some Karens out.
I just put non-fat milk in there, ma'am.
No, I don't taste the whole. It literally tastes like you put sugar. Like it tastes like sugar. I know what
Ma'am,
non-fat milk tastes like.
I can remake
I
it.
come here every single day. I come here every single day,
Okay.
and it's always non-fat.
I
This is not non-fat.
I can remake it if
This
you
is
want.
not.
What?
Wait, so
She just threw the freaking thing at her. She's offering to the customer, I will remake it to you, please. Very nice. She just wouldn't take it because not only she wants to maybe a refund or whatever, she wants to humiliate the person. Just to reinforce what I was trying to say, sometimes those people, they really get high on the fact that they can exercise that type of power. You know, a little bit when cops, they play, they get high on their own role or something, you know, which happens unfortunately quite often.
you had a guy out there and he was taking my credit card. He was not wearing gloves. He was not wearing gloves, and he took my credit card and then he gave it back to me, and I said, you should be wearing gloves, and he goes, oh, I just washed my hands.
Yeah, we were just sending someone out there right now. We are supposed to be wearing gloves out there. I'm barely sending them outside right now. So I'm so sorry that happened.
So what's your policy?
So our policy is we are wearing gloves
just told
outside,
you.
especially with handling cash and card. I was just sending them out there right now because we didn't have anyone out there due to the rain. They were just setting up everything. I wasn't aware they were taking payment yet.
So you as a manager, I mean, all of these are minors. So you as a manager, it's your responsibility to make sure that they're safe, right?
Yes.
Okay, Karen. Okay, Karen.
That I had out there actually are not minors. They
She's
are,
so sweet. She's so nice. Actually, the one out there, they're not minor. She's treating the lady with such respect and being quiet and calm and just trying to deal with the situation. She just insists. She keeps going. She doesn't even know herself what she wants. The lady has apologized. Was a mistake. Probably the guy didn't know or whatever. She cannot oversee everyone at every second, at every moment. So she's trying to deal with this, but she's not happy. She's not happy.
the age of 18.
Okay, well, there's still children at 18, right? In a way.
Still children at 18. Lady, you just let it go. Let it go. You know, like you go with the minor card, and then she's telling you those guys out there, they're not minor. They're over 18, so they're no minor anymore. And then she throws the car. Yes, but 18, you're still a kid. Oh my God, those people. Oh, good Lord.
They are supposed to be wearing gloves, especially when handling
I mean-
payment. We weren't out there currently. We were just setting up everything, so I was not aware that they were taking payment.
I applaud this lovely
What are you
worker.
gonna do, Karen?
That's not my name. So get my name straight. Go ahead.
You okay, Karen? Go ahead, get my tag. Get my tag, Karen.
My name is not Karen. So get my name
Yes,
straight.
you
Get
are
my
a
tag.
Karen.
It's okay.
A45.
Look at that, look at that. But I don't understand why people even bother. What the hell is going on with this guy?
Sir.
All because my car is loud.
All because this car is loud. So probably this guy, I would love to see also the continuation, because again, I always give the benefit of the doubt. I want to know more. There must be instances where somebody is being bothered, and you know, the Karen is not really a Karen. It's just somebody pissed and probably has all the rights to either condemn or speak out. But that's a different story. So far, we haven't seen that. So far, it seems we have seen only very entitled human being. If it's true, if you assume that the problem with this car is only the mufflers, and you just bother because you live in, I don't know, in a neighborhood where you think you just own the whole freaking block or whatever, and as soon as somebody that it's not from there crosses your street, you feel entitled to call the cop. That's also crazy. Also because the road that leads to your house, it's not your own property. That's something that probably those people forget. Unbelievable. I hope the guy here, it's not a black guy, because that would pisses me off even more, because they called the cops, you know, like it's just it gets a little bit disgusting, in my opinion.
3 cop cars.
It's essential
Cop
for me.
cars.
It's not up to you, it's up to the government.
That's what it said.
The government said no food storage?
Yeah, no food
And-
storage, but I mean the
The government says I can have food storage, does it not? Oh, I want to see this list. This is great.
plastic.
Look at her. She's already going like, yum, 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 yum. Fuel for Karen. Let's go straight into this list and record. We're gonna have a field day. Like, you can already see, like, when somebody is starting with the wrong intention, with entitlement. You know, those people are just working. Those are like probably company policies or whatever they've received guidelines from the government. They're just trying to work. So you immediately giving them with the intention of giving them a hard time already says a lot.
Okay,
All
plastics.
plastic.
Okay, but I'll bet it says you can have food storage, can you not? Essentials, kitchen gadgets. That would be a kitchen gadget. Cleaning supplies, paper products, any of the food storage. Holy crap, it
That's
says
not
food
for
storage.
food.
Who gets to say what's food storage? I'm storing food in that. How do you know I'm not storing food in that? I'm telling you I'm storing food in that. In your little government list, oh no, let's get a picture of this. Government list says food storage. Oh, I already got it. I already
Well, where is this food storage? I want to see it. What is she's trying to buy as a food storage? I want to see
got it, Melissa. I already got it. So you're telling me you're refusing to sell me food storage items?
What
And this
that?
is bath storage items. I'll bet you it says bath storage on here. Oh, I'm going to the news with this. They're going to see all of this.
Ooh.
So you're denying me food storage? Yes. Okay, and what was your name, sir? You don't want to tell me. That's okay. I got your face. All right.
Ooh, I got your face. Look at her. Like, my God. I mean, they look like a basket, though. They're like something that it's probably not a food storage. So if you really need a food storage and it's on the list that you can buy, then why don't you buy a food storage that it's available and nobody's gonna complain instead of trying to buy something that it's not and let it pass for such? I mean, oh, good mother of God.
Speaking in Chinese. Shut up. Speaking in Chinese is what I mean. Shut up. You're rude. Speak English in Canada. Rude.
What did she say? Shut up? You speaking Chinese to me? You're rude? Wow.
Shut up. You're rude. You are rude. Go somewhere else.
Whoa, woman. Woman.
Who do I complain about first? Give me the number.
No, you can call our store number.
What's your store number?
Look at her. Look at her. Like, just.
Who? You want a manager to talk to me? You bring your manager here.
You get up.
If you want to talk to me, you bring your
Hey, he's right. Get out. Get out, you racist.
manager here, you idiot, or go speak Chinese.
Wow. Get out, idiot. Or go speak Chinese lady. You are a freaking fascist.
Your other staff, help you somewhere else. Get him somewhere else. What the hell is going on? Does he start fights with all your people? Then get him in the back.
Oh, you people. What does she mean? Oh, my God. Who is recording this? Oh, my God.
That is rude.
I will call the
Shut up and get out of here, you idiot.
You're okay.
Wow, shut up and get out of here, idiot. Lady. Wow. Lady, you don't treat another person like that in a shop where they work and they're trying to help. Wow, what a racist piece of manure.
That's rude.
In front of her kids. Wow. That's what you teach your kids. Amazing.
You know about what? You know about what? Him having treated by looking after speaks in a different language. Talking to me in front of your staff? That's pathetic. Get him out of here. It's rude. Shut up!
Freaking amazing. Wow. I'm shocked when I see those things. I'm like, is really this taking place? Unbelievable.
I'm recording you. And I saw you cut 3 people off.
What happened there? Oh my God. I have Netflix. I have Netflix already.
I'm going to ask you if it's day. Excuse me. Look at the pump. Excuse me. I'm looking at the pump.
It's
I
10:01.
because I didn't know.
Telling me you're going to take my license plate? I'm here every fucking day.
What?
Look at the pump.
I'm looking at the pump and that's what it's telling me.
It
My
says
ma'am.
10:01. done. Come and look.
I just looked at it.
And?
It says we're missing
Well, that's not.
$2.
But I just punched it
Ma'am, look
online.
at what I have to do.
It's not my problem.
Okay.
It's not
but
my
I have to
problem.
I see somebody moving away from that.
I can't just pay her.
Okay. I didn't know.
I like the guy walking by, like a little bit like dragging. Very calm, minding his own business. Very well, my man. Very well.
Chase me.
I didn't.
Give me your name right now.
All right, ma'am, she was just doing her job. I'm
No,
sorry,
you
but she
don't
was just,
chase somebody
she was
when
just
I'm
doing
just
her
in
job.
here
But she
paying.
was just doing her job.
Give me a second here.
She was just doing her job.
I didn't know you would pay her. I
Well,
thought
you
it was
should
somebody
have
going
asked.
away.
You should
I'm
have
very
asked.
Sorry.
You know I'm
very
here
sorry.
all the time.
They told me that somebody was
You're
pulling
chasing me.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
She was just doing her job.
Mind your business.
No, I'm sorry, ma'am, but I was just trying to tell you something.
Mind your business.
I was just trying to help her.
Mind your business.
Ma'am, I was just trying to help her.
Mind your business.
Ma'am, I was just trying to help her.
Look at her pointing, like, wow, like she just wants to rule them all. Oh, lady, relax. If you get out of a shop and somebody's uncertain whether or not you were paying, just, you know, like that's doing their job, because in case you're leaving without paying because they cannot read your mind, then she gets in trouble. So she's just doing what she's supposed to do, and you're giving a tantrum because you had nothing better to do, because maybe you're abused yourself. And that's the sad story of most of those stories. The abuser becomes abused, so on and so forth. And then you wonder if love could help somebody just overcome such a thing and make them better. Perhaps we can wish a word where Karen get healed. All the Karens will heal their wounds with pouring love into them, metaphorically. Because if you get closer to them, they're gonna call the manager.
I'm crazy. No. I'm crazy.
Okay, this looks like a little bit nut case.
Tell me I'm a lie. Okay, man. Take your cigarette. No, you better take me for you been taking me for granted since I came here. It said approved, and I'm a
Oh my God! Thank God she doesn't have a gun or something.
I'd like an explanation why I couldn't buy biscuits and gravy with my mobile order. That I'd have to go back around when I've added stuff to an order before at this McDonald's, because I work right down the road. And I can understand if y'all were loaded with freaking people. Okay. But I mean,
your order was finalized, like.
Yeah, no, I wanted to purchase them.
Yeah, you could
with the order.
But the order was already paid for.
But we wanted to make
I
a
wanted
separate
to add
order.
it as a separate order, and I would pay cash.
You could have ordered.
And he told me I had to drive all the way back around to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know why he told you that, but.
Because he said, you said that.
I did not say nothing. I've been cleaning all night.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. My manager said you would have to.
Wow.
I mean, I come to this McDonald's all the time. I work right down the street. Never had that problem. Ever. So can...
First night somebody screams at me, and I had never
I'm
said
not
that
trying to
him.
scream at you. I'm
You've been
sorry.
screaming
It's
at
just
me.
aggravating. It's very aggravating.
It's very aggravating. I just want to have my French fries. I just want to have my junk food, and I forgot something, and I want you to... What? I don't even understand what's going on here. Lady, just ask them at the window whatever you want.
To me, when...
Being really rude to me when I had no idea what.
Hey, no. This whole situation is rude because we're the customers.
He shouldn't have said that to us.
I mean, you had said that to you. I'm
Okay.
really sorry about that.
Okay, can I get
Yes, you can.
them?
But you just like screamed at me and made me like really upset. I've been trying to do my job.
I understand that.
You're cleaning.
I understand that.
You and
Well,
I'm
then
myself.
I would say that the problem is inside your store there.
He said that to
Okay,
you.
well then he needs to be told that, you know, you can do... I mean, we didn't want to like add it on to, you know what I mean? I was like, can I order them and
We
pay
asked
for
him
them?
twice.
And he said no. And I asked him twice.
Yeah, you can purchase something else.
And he said no. I'd have to go drive all the way back
Yeah.
around and order again.
Oh my God, lady!
reiterated our
if
question
you
and
would
you
have
said
walked
it for a
around,
second
maybe it
time.
would have
No.
been
No, my
even
manager
better
said you
for
can't
your
do that.
health.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
I have a question.
What's up?
How much do you value your customers?
Good, you know.
So, If I found something offensive
Mhm.
that you have posted outside, would you take it down in order to keep my business?
It depends what it is. What is it?
You have a sign that says you stand with Israel.
Yep.
At a University of Michigan, it's kind of not accepted. If
Mhm.
that's what you want to believe at home, that's fine, but you're a businessman.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of students here
Mhm.
of multiple ethnicities and
Mhm.
races.
Mhm.
And
There's only one race,
I just
lady.
feel like that's really inappropriate.
But-
And I don't want to shop at a place
Mhm.
where I feel that I'm offended.
Well, I'm Jewish.
And that's fine.
Okay. And what I want, I could do.
Absolutely.
And then we're not in a country like Daesh thinking person, right? Everybody could do whatever they want. We have a freedom of speech. Listen.
No, you're right. You do have the freedom of speech. No, I understand that. But what your freedom of speech is saying that you support hate.
Wow. Well, you stand with Israel. I mean, now that's more political. That's a little bit more convoluted, of course, because probably she's aiming at the fact, like the conflict that there has always been between Palestine and Israel, of course. So, but still, like, if you have like a board outside that says like I stand with Israel. If you're offended by that, just don't go to shop in that place. There is no need. I mean, the guy is not saying like he's a Nazi or something, or like I'm a fascist or whatever. So you can take that in many ways. Can be also like you can say like I stand with America, I stand with Italy, I stand with whatever. So just saying I stand with Israel doesn't necessarily immediately becomes an act against Palestinians or whatever, So in that way, the guy has the right to write that. So I think that's a little bit silly, but yeah, I can understand.
It's cool, man. It's all good.
What's going on here?
We'll fix it later.
We don't care anymore. We don't caring anymore. We don't caring anymore. We don't caring anymore. Anyway, this was very entertaining and fascinating, almost like a sociological experiment for me, trying to understand the reality of Karens. Wow. Anyway, this was fun. I hope you, I hope you agree with some of the stuff we discussed about. I was also curious about why this thing happens in the first place. So let me know which part of my little rant you agree with or not. And I'll talk to you later, another time. Perhaps other Karens. Who knows? Stay safe. Stay healthy. Don't be entitled. Be kind. Be kind whenever possible. It saves so much troubles. Ciao.